Hello everybody, good morning. सबको मेरा नमस्कार. This is International Masters and PD Senior Trainer Sekhar Sahu welcomes you on behalf of Sports Authority of Gujarat and Gujarat State Chess Association to this intermediate training session. Hello Ramakrishna, Vivan, Vishal Saha, Paschal Parikh and Parish Kumar. Good morning to you all. So today I will cover the next world champion, Vasily Smyslov. His games. In fact, Vasily Smyslov is one of the greatest technicians, endgame player in chess history. If you consider five great players in technical game, I would consider Smyslov in one of them. You ask me, I can say Rubinstein, Smyslov, I would say Karpov, Carlson, Anderson, like that. There are many like Baganian and so on and so forth. So this Smyslov's games are very instructive because he was very very creative. When there is nothing to play, when the position was quiet, he was most dangerous. Many players will think it is a dead draw. There he brings a win. Extraordinary skill in endgame. And he played the correct move in a position, not trying to win or not trying to lose. What is exactly the demand of the position? So let's have a look some of his games. White here is Smyslov and black is Laszlo Bragza from Hungary. White played and black played e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5. Spanish attack. Lopez. Now this is called the classical Spanish. Here, if white will castle mechanically, you know, mechanically this is not so good because knight d4. After knight into knight, white advantage is very little. You know, this is not a great position. After the move d4, pawn push, and you return bishop a4, d6. It is. I think the position is very little advantage. White is little better, but not much. Black has lot of relief. So instead of playing direct castle, white must stop the move. White must stop. Castle means that knight will get dissolved. So this is coming. So we have to stop before castle. Now, standard move here is play some knight f6, now a6, lot of moves. Even queen f6 is there. Even play, I have seen a variation queen f6. Idea. Now I am watching the square 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is not easy. This is not a good line. However, I must tell you what to do because okay, okay. Marth Godani, Subankar Sarkar, welcome. So here queen f6 is odd variation, but I must tell you how to handle queen f6. Then I will go because while covering the analysis, we will also cover the idea how to handle such odd lines. Because I am not going to discuss otherwise. Queen f6 is bad. Let me take you to a game like Jan Alvest between two grandmasters. Now this white has got sufficient development and more active pieces. Welcome to play pawn into pawn. Full development. Better. So we should just count on opening advantage. I will not go further. But this is the simplest way that white simply played here castle and d4 bg5 with advantage. Okay, let me take you to another player. And I will take you Lanka, Digwar Lanka. This is also good. Okay, if you take knight into pawn, maybe what I will do queen e2, that is giving trouble. This is also white is little better. Black pieces, the knight cannot come to f6, and the threats are illusion. If you play like this there is nothing. If you come here, then bishop e3 is white better. Knight into pawn, white better. So just as simple, I would say you play this. Okay, one more question I'll tell you. Taking the pawn will lead to development nd5, nc3 and nd5 is very bad. And now after this move, clear better. You have to play a6. Now the position is miserable. Pawn structure is bad. Development, the position of knight is not good. So white can claim an advantage. Queen into pawn will lead to rook e1. Then you cannot castle. Plus minus. Very good handling by white. So I leave queen f6 line. It is necessary that you know. Okay, I will tell you what is the line. E4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bb5, and d4. This is called the board's defense. And white is anyway a little better. You can play castle, white, bishop here, white better, knight on knight, white better. But it is not that easy. Okay. So for example, knight into knight takes and castle. Now knight f6 is not possible. e5 is coming. That means you need to push this bishop. Then only you can play d6. So this gives advantage. After bishop c5, idea d6, c6, d6, you can play bishop here with advantage. Threat, bishop into pawn check. So these are the positions to avoid this line, the bad situation for black. Black plays bishop c5. That is why classical is played improved version of bards. So here BB5 idea that you want to play knight but not double the pawn. So we should avoid c3. Avoid that. No nd4. Now the point is that e5 will come with a tempo. You have to take the pawn tempo. Now there is no attack because the knight is unprotected. This is not a threat. So castle. White is plus. A small plus but consistent. All right. Now the point is that there is no guard near the king, and you get lot of tempos. Tempo. It cannot be supported by a pawn. The only move knight e7. So this is bad because of d5. Too much. I will play now further d6. He will is choked. This position is choked completely. So you need to play with other knight. Knight e7. This knight e7. This e7. Okay, support. Now again there is a threat. Bishop into knight is a threat now. So you have to play f6 or queen e1, queen e8. You have to play c6. All the moves are practically forced. Only move. Plus minus. This is just a model game, but don't think that classical is not playable. Classical is playable. Spanish classical is playable for black. Now after knight b6, you will be choked. So d5 has to come. Otherwise, suppose you play here, then knight is just terribly placed. Now rook e1 is coming. Now knight e5 will come. After re1, knight e5 is terrible. So you have to play d5 to get freedom. No, no, no. Yeah, d5 only move. This is overwhelming. Queen knight f6 check threat forced, and it is winning. The point is, after this, this is just overwhelming. Exchange up and mating attack, no development for black. So I just suggest that the whole idea, the classical, it is very important that you have to aware here. BB5, BC5, C3 is a good move. After C3, Queen f6 is bad, and other line like he can play a move like A6, A6. Okay, then you should not surrender the bishop. To grab the pawn, you should not take this one. You must play bishop here. And now suppose you play b5 and bishop. White is anyway better. Now if d6, d4, this position white stands better. Maybe bishop is here also. Excuse me. So I leave the classical, then I'll go move forward to the next game. Very nice handling by Smith. Nimjovic, French Nimjovic variation, main line. Now to cover the center, the main line is to play a3. It is possible. Alec Hines' recommendation, this is also not bad. It is okay, but I think this black has counter chances and can fight for equality. So this is better. The normal move is bishop takes check, takes, and knight e7. This is the standard plan. Or you can play also Botvinnik used to play queen with Tal. Botvinnik as black used to adopt this variation to meet queen g4 with f5. The idea queen is supported. White can play queen check, white can play queen g3, white is better. So queen c7 is possible, or here knight e7 is possible. But in the actual game, he played here one bishop, which is inferior. Well, it was 1954, so the variation was not fully tested. It was proved later that white is clearly better. बाद में ये सब पता चला. अभी for example, Grandmaster Sambat Lupkin from Armenia played many times in his career this BFI before. Now if you play Queen G4 is good. Oh, this is good move. Queen G4 good move. And now pawn into pawn C3 will come. There is a threat. So if you play bishop back, bishop A3, white stands better. White has better center and better open line. Even the move Queen G4 here, even the move pawn into no. If you play this, even this is also good. I don't care. You take my piece, I don't care. That means you need to play here. And now this is more powerful because knight coming and bishop is coming, h4 is coming, white is better. So here in the actual game, he played pawn into d4, which is bad. So if you look at the position, black, white pawn structure is very bad now. White has weak pawn at a5, e5, but so also black c3 pawn is bad. So I would say white's mobility and center is clearly better than black. Forced. Okay, you can play some move like queen c7 to attack the pawn, but he plays defending the pawn. Now, this is the understanding of the position. He is just rolling. He is just rolling. Nothing can stop. This is enough. Any black cannot castle and get any counter attack. At the moment, white's weak point is e5. E5 is the target. But how he cannot get some two attack at the same time? He cannot bring two three attacks, bringing knight c6, knight d7, queen c. It is too much time. So this is just overwhelming. Simply the plan of this is winning. Even now he could have started. I guess there is nothing wrong, but he wants to castle at the moment. So this stops. No counterplay. Okay. Now the threat is now he wants to take knight into knight rook. You have to admit. You see, this is a plan. This is a plan. Coming here. So the counter attack on b7. Okay. What else? Suppose you play queen takes pawn. This is irrelevant pawn. Overwhelming. The position is hopeless for black. So he decided to play here not queen takes pawn but rook. Finish because now rook check is coming. The point is now I will have rook check and in the event of UP this check is finished. The squares around the king. Hello Birabhadra Singh. What if the starting black plays queen g2 in the game of Lanka Jaguar? I will check that. I will check that. No, I didn't know. Ramakrishna, I was quite busy yesterday, my own personal works, so I could not find time to check. I was very busy in some official works mine. Hello, Sritu Nandi, Tanmay Ajmera. I will check your game later, Ramakrishna. What is this? Virabhadra Singh? I will go and I will see that. So now you have to play pawn into rook check. It's all over. Bishop check. You have to surrender queen. Enough material. Now simply that pawn is roll over. Just this pawn is too much. And also he is exchanger. Okay, the game continued. Unstoppable. Nothing can stop. So here the whole line is quite dubious. This whole line. Where is this? This here. This is good. And now if you play pawn into pawn, this is good. Clear better. Okay. So I leave. What is the question or Birabhadra Singh asked in Lanka? Jaguar Lanka's game. Jaguar Lanka. Okay. I guess I have to go to back. Jaguar Lanka setter 4e5, nf3, nc6, bb5, bc5, c3. This is the line, no? Knight f6, d4 takes e5. Jaguar Lanka. Oh, that is in queen f6 line. That is in queen f6 variation. bb5, bc5, c3, queen f6 line. Now, Jaguar Lanka's line, no? Here. What is the one? Is this? Okay, here he gives what if seventh move queen g2. Okay, this is bad. This is bad. Now here, sixth takes and queen g2. It is definitely bad. Rook g1. You know, this is queen is wandering. And now the piece, I will win the piece. Or maybe you will give a check here. Here you will give a check. Okay, check here. Maybe I will play here and c3. Now you have to move the queen. This is a bad situation because white has center and all open line. I think it looks very bad too. Very bad position. What can I do now? How to cross this position? I guess I guess this is a possible move here. Idea bishop takes pawn and knight into. So rook into pawn is anyway falling. So I think I like this move. This is good. You defend the threat. If you play like this, I think rook into pawn is very strong. So how are you going to defend? Bishop takes pawn check and knight g5 check. So this is no queen. This sort of moves are not advisable for a player. You know, I would say, winning the pawn here it is terrible position. Even if you win the pawn in a different circumstances, I will show you it is also bad. So it is not at all advisable. Not at all advisable. Okay, you can ask me doubt. Today, last half an hour, I can clear any doubt you ask me. Good morning, Dr. Senapati. So this is bad. For example, you can see this is bad. Definitely it is bad. For example, you see in the variation, suppose you ask me now martial attack d4, d5, c4, e6. Now here knight c3, c6. Now f4. Yes, sorry, e4. e4. Now take. Now check. bd2 takes. Now bishop into bishop check. Now b2 grabbing. This is bad. Compared to that French position, this is he has taken the pawn. In that line, at least white was having more control of center. This is also bad for black. Grabbing g2 is he gets tremendous development. I mean, now queen has to move. Suppose you go. This is a bad situation. Okay, there are see. Okay, नहीं है. Maybe here it will be. Maybe here. What? This is the only move. It should be there. क्या बात है? Here bishop here, queen into bishop here, queen takes pawn. Hey, nahi, it is a regular line. bf3. There are lines. Ragozin, like Weiser. You see, modern player. So enough. Rook g1 threat. Threatening rook g1. Plus minus. The position is plus minus. The king is very safe. You have no check. Now, if you castle, mating attack will come. Now there is a. This is a threat. This is a threat. Enough. Enough. खत्म हो जाएगा. मेट हो जाएगा. You take queen into c6. Bishop into f6 is crossing. This will lead to mate. Knight check is coming. So grabbing such pawns is bad. Hello, Venkatasan. Yeah. So I leave this line, go to the next game of smash now. So, Florian. This is the strongest line against the Grunfeld defense. Grunfeld defense, there are basically two lines are most popular. One is exchange variation, then other is Grunfeld defense. I mean Russian system. This is the Russian system. Very popular in the main line. If you want to play pawn into pawn, better you watch this line. Pawn into on castle rook b1. This is why rook b1. Why you must play rook b1? The point is the rook is keeping a watch on the pawn, so make the bishop difficult to develop. And number two, the black's main idea of counter attack pawn c5. I can play d5, intending to play c4, and bishop takes pawn. No, no, I will wait. Rather, wait. I won't. The knight comes, so I will play here bishop c4. And now once you bring the knight, I can push this. Idea, bishop takes pawn. Now the bishop is attacked, knight is attacked. So you are forced to come. Forced to come. This is just bad situation. You only move. And the take. White is better. White has a ready-made plan. H4, H5, and just take center. So this is good line. And the other variation, so here C5, no, D5, you will not play. Maybe you will play queen. Here C5, rook B1, C5, D5. No. Here queen. Idea, bishop C4, queen C7. Okay. This is also a possibility. In any case, white stands little better. There are so many games you will find between Karpov, Kasparov. White is Kasparov, black Karpov. Oh, sorry, reverse. White is Karpov, black Kasparov. Played in the World Championship matches. There are other players. Magnus Carlsen also plays section variation sometimes. So I would say these two variations, I say this is the safest course. Queen b3 is safe. Safest course. Yeah. Queen b3. This is good. Hello on this side. Now look here. Other than that, white can give a twist to the position. White can play queen check. Check. How are you going to reply? You cannot play. You cannot play queen exchange. You lose a pawn. Now this is bad. In that case, the pawn is pinned. You have to take with the pawn when you have got knight into, which is not so great. The piece knight cannot come. C5 cannot come. So white stands better. That means you have to play here queen check. When I give check, you have to play bishop. Now I will play queen. Now attack, pawn takes pawn, I will take. White stands better. Excellent position for white. So a small twist can also give hard time to black. For example, let's say quickly one or two games. Janadi Kuzmin versus player. No threat. This is not a threat at all because giving the bishop and surrendering center. Now white has a free hand to just storm the pawns on the king side. Now c5 is not possible because rook against queen and three control here c5. Decide about the bishop. Just open the position. White position is very strong. There are bishop pair, center, and open line. Crushing. White has now pair of bishops. One good center, good center, and also rook against queen. And this rook, this is just on the air, in the air. जाओ पीछे हो गया काम. H5 is coming. Necessary because after this you will get mated quickly. Pawn takes pawn, rook pawn into pawn. All you need on the H line mate. So only move. If you play pawn into pawn, just rook double or H line. So this is giving some room for white king, black king. This will be terrible. This will be terrible. Maybe what can I how can I finish this here? Maybe it is possible to play E5 with the idea knight coming. No, I think yeah, this is possible. This is possible. I can also play queen A5. Idea coming transferring the queen. So this is also dangerous. So here he plays pawn into pawn plus devastating position. Mate is threatening mate. Mate after bishop here queen h7 and bishop e6 discover check. After here queen into h7 is coming. It is anyway crushed because after taking it some rook sacks will come. Check, rook check, and another checkmate. So you can see this is very dangerous to allow this kind of lines. D4. This is a good line. It is a good line. Queen check. Now queen b3. This is only move. Rather only move. Three attacks. Only correct move. And white sent plus. Okay. However, I will take you to the main line. So queen b3. You are forced to play pawn takes pawn. Other moves are passive moves. You know, these are passive moves. Grunfeld is basically wants to attack the white center. So if you play c6, when will you attack the white center? Eh? E4. I think white stands now clear better. Central pass pawn. Here, development was priority. White is still better, but this is necessary to complete development. And then I will play some move like rook d1. Okay, but here he played the bad move, queen a5. The queen is doing nothing there. I don't want to exchange queen, though endgame is good. I don't want such a liquidation. Why play a technical game when you have got such a strong position? The queen is dominating here. Misplaced queen now. A standard exchange, then king will be weak. Now, if you play, now the king has become very weak now. Oh, this is ridiculous. You know, you are asking the world champion about to become. Maslow was well poised to become world champion in few years. So you want to show how to attack this position. Now black is counting on queen h7, king f6, that knight is attacked. But is it worth to put the king here? Huh? Huh? Take it. You have got courage, you take it. If you take, I think this should be enough. Abhi, now the king's flight square is this. Just here. ये मेट हो जाएगा. It will lead to mate. H4 thread, F4 thread, mate हो जाएगा. No time to grab, no time to play, rook into. Mate हो जाएगा. So you can't dare not take all this. So in the game he plays. No. Yeah, I overwrote it. Perhaps I over. Oh, he played it. He played in the game. He played in the game. I would you believe? Rook into is not working. Now grabbing more material will be penalized. Rook checkmate. So rook into is not working. You have to play stop. Only move. Would you believe this king position? Now check. He will get mated in the white's camp. Simple threat. Queen e2. Rook f2. You lose queen and get mated. Okay, this is he got mated, but this is not an excuse. Position was bad anyway. Not that you'll say I overlooked. This position is simply white is better. The practical move pawn into queen into, and you can also play other than e4. Here he plays this. You can do this. Even this is plus. Then I think this is also giving an advantage because bishop g4 met by knight e5. This is also plus. So, but I would recommend that simply bishop e2 and white has better game. All right. Any question? Hello, Tilsha. Paris Kumar. If your style is attacking, if you want to like attack in the game, then you should study Tal, Spassky, Alekhine, Kasparov. These are pure attacking play. Leonard Stein. Just attack is the name of the game for them. Velimirovic. So you should study these players' games. Double S, Alexis Zero. Attack is the only thing they want. And if a player is a positional style, he should study the game of Capablanca, Carpo, and Fischer is also all-rounder. Fischer, Anand, they play in all departments. So I would put them as all-rounders. They can attack, they can play technique, they can play defense, they are good in opening. So there is no specific style, they are all-rounders. So if you want how to handle a position, the art of analysis shown by Botvinnik, a pure positional player. If you want a technical game, I would say Smyslov, Karpov, these are great players. If you want only strategy, then I would say Petrosian, Rubinstein. These are typical style of players. So if you say I think you like to attack. So probably I think you should start with Alekhine, Keres. These are the players I recommend you. Alekhine, Keres, Tal, Spassky, Leonard Stein, Gary Kasparov. Gary Kasparov is not only attacking; he is rather, I mean, he banks too much on the opening preparation, but very active player, very aggressive player. So I would say these are the players you should study. So I leave this position. This is just plus. I leave. However, make a note that Queen A4 check can change. It can be a game changer. Queen A4 check, Bishop D7, Queen B3. It is also good idea. Maybe I can show one or two games. Queen F4 check here. Knight F3, BG7, Queen F4 check. Now this is practically and this move. This move. Now pawn into this is horrible move. You don't dare go for this. You have to take this pawn. So after this, he stands better. Okay. Now I will show you some game. I showed this game. Maybe I show another game. I'll show you. Okay, maybe here. Let us see. I don't want very strong players as black so that the mistakes is less. I want to. Okay, you can check. Let us say Maxim Turo is a good grandmaster. So E4 is good. Now White has many plan. He can play H4 H5 plan. He can play E4, but getting a tempo. Tempo. Knight C6 is bad. D5 will come. So White has gained a tempo. That means I played E4, you play C6. This is bad. When a player is outplayed, no, उसके अंदर गुस्सा आता है. He gets angry. He gets frustration and he makes bad moves. So one should not play emotionally. The position is bad but not lost. So what he should do? He should complete development. Now I would say that you better bring knight. This is a better way to play. Okay, you should not lose your coolness. So normally players when they are outplayed, they go for tactics, they go for unsound attack, or they want to just give a threat. So it is not a good idea to play emotionally. You have to play logically. This is bad. Yes, yes. Now B4 is bad. Plus minus the position. No counter play is coming. The knight is safe. There is nobody can attack. As white center is fantastic. This is a terrible position for black. And it is a meaningless move. He says, if I play knight s6, you will play a3. A3 will come. So this is bad. Then what is the meaning of a5? If you have to play knight, if you play nd5, it is one-sided. I will seize the c open c5. Now take, you can play knight into knight technically plus minus. This is a technical plus minus position. Just bad. But white wants to wind up this king side. Terrible. Outpost, rook double, knight d5, anything can come. Now play rook b8. Rook b8 खेलो नहीं तो push करो. Pawn attack. Surrender. वेट हो जाएगा. So this is a good line that I recommend to you, that you can play queen a4, and this where is this player I want to show. Not a bad move. He wants center without bg4. The idea on e4 with a cramp position. Black is cramped now. Bad position. So I leave this line, but keep this in mind. Okay. So I leave this. Hello ANV, how are you? Good morning. Suresh Bhai Chawda, good morning. Old Indian defense. Old Indian, King's Indian, the difference is in the olden days they used to play that like this in castle. For example, they will play here, then they will play S3. Now white will play some rook E1, then they will play G3, G6, S6, and then the king jumps. King can move like a knight. So when you play like this, they will play king. It is just old and disgusting. So this old Indian now it is not played much because it loses one or two moves. Sooner or later, black has to castle, bring rook e8, bishop g8, bishop to g7. It is losing lot of time. So it is passive, but it is playable. It is solid. Old Indian defense is solid. Want to because if you play knight here, it is blocked. So you want to get some room for pawn and knight freedom. This is already white has a better center and black is cramped. White has an opening advantage. The castle has been done, rooks are coordinated, and you have a good center. You look at the position of white rook, black rook on 8, bishop at c8, very passively placed. Welcome to open up. Now it was better to go back to King's Indian setup. You will play like King's Indian, though one or two tempo down. This position is playable, but it is white is better. But he played in the game bad, opening the game, bad move. Overprotecting. Many times there is some tactics comes here. So you need to overprotect. Now you have a problem now. If you put the knight coming here, everything changes. Now this is redundant, this is bad, not doing anything. Queen is also not good. I mean, not in active place. The position is plus minus. You do any weakening on the king side is bad. You play g6, knight h6 check, you have to surrender the bishop. Pressure, bad move. Now another bad move. Okay, I want you to you should find out how to play now. Think and tell me how should you play. How to handle this position. What will you do now? Getting a good position is not enough. You have to play well. What should white do now? Hello, Devang Makwana. You have many moves. You can go away from the pin. You can move the queen from the pin. You can attack the rook. What should you do now? Very good move. Very good move. On the side, very good move. This fails. Then g5 will come. Knight check will come. G5 will come. So g4 is a good move. Very well played. Now, whatever you do, it is getting worse. Now he's getting some bishop move. If you play bishop takes knight, if you play bishop takes knight, I will play this pawn. Pawn into. The rook is unable to come out. So it will not solve the problem. It will not solve his problem. But you cannot tolerate the knight. You cannot tolerate the knight near the king watching all these squares. Eh? This is you cannot tolerate. And if you take, then rook is in a awkward situation. Abhi gaya. The d6 pawn. No hurry. I am not in a hurry. Okay, he finally cannot tolerate anymore. He takes and it is lost. Now I don't have to take. Attack is coming. The center is good. Open line. Pawns. Everything is good. And two pieces are doing nothing here. Irrelevant. This pawn is c4 pawn is irrelevant now. Over. Rook into pawn, h6, everything is winning. Exchange up and continues the attack. Okay, you cannot play queen into b2. This is finished. And queen now. This is you. King side is terrible. Pawn f6 is coming with a mating attack. So he plays king h7. White to play. Please find out what should you do. How to finish this game? White to play. No, now anybody suggestion how White should finish this game? Rook g6. The rook h6, the pawn into. If he takes to the king, it is a mate, but pawn into. So this is a finish. Beautiful. You take, you will get battered. I will take the rook with check. You don't take, you defend. Now you don't take, you defend. Now if you take check, queen into rook check, then check, and then f6. Now you come here. This is crushing. Mate हो जाएगा. So you cannot take rook. So he placed in the game rook. But now the position is overwhelming. You have to now surrender material. You have to now give a piece to escape the queen. Okay, ये दिया. Mate on the card. So I will go over the opening once more and tell you. C4 E5 and C3. This is passive line. You need to play this one. Bishop B4. Good move. I recommend this move. Not bad. Now you play ND5. I will play. I don't like to play this move. This is good move, but complication, unnecessary complication. So I would recommend here to play Bishop E7. Now you play G3, whatever. I will play C6, and you take. I am having development. The knight has gone 3 moves. So I would recommend you play here Bishop B4 is a good move. This is a good move. I like this. Alternately, this is the next move is this right here. Then you are playing like a reverse Sicilian, which is acceptable, for black. Okay, the D6 was a passive move. Some of the games I have already shown you in my class, but I thought it is instructive, so I thought that I will repeat that again. In those days, there was that Bishop G5 or English attack. It was not so much analyzed. So players were playing simple moves in 1940s, 50s, just castle. Now BE2 nowadays they play E5. More players play active move, E5. Probably this is giving equal chances. So this is Kavan engine. This is bad. Not a good move. Now there is a threat. He wants to play B4 and take the pawn. So what will you do now? Why to play? How to react to a threat? You have many moves. You can play A3, you can play A3, you can play F3, BD3, BF3. What will you choose? What will you do now? This sort of moves, that too many pawn moves. Neglecting development, B5 is a bad move. What will you do? Punish this move. Nobody is replying. So Bishop F3 should come. Threat. This is bad. And again the threat is coming. Again the threat is coming. So this is bad. To E5 will come. Finish. So you should play here Rook A7. The only move when you play Bishop F3, Rook A7 is only move. You can also do. You see, now I think you should not. You should avoid. If you do this, you will gain time. Now even you can come here also. Here also. No E5, nothing. No B7 castle, BB7. You will have normal. So we should not play mechanical moves. B3 is not great. Correct. Vacating the square for the rook. Vacating the square for the rook. Threat. E5 is a threat now. What else? These are bad moves. No need to explain. Overextended pawn. You will suffer now. Now, black is underdeveloped and lot of loose areas on queen side. The other alternative is bad. You play b4, I will play attack. Now this is bad. Knight b5 will come. So it turns out badly. This is bad position. So you have to play pawn into. Excellently played by Spicer. Only move. Rather, d5 is just crushing. After the move, you have no time to take the bishop. Queen a6 will come. If you take queen a6, and that is overwhelming position. Queen a6 will come. You a clear better game. If you take, then queen a6. Now knight will come. This is all one by one, and pass pawn has come. So it is not advisable to play. And if you play now pawn into, this position is plus. White is clear better. Bishop pair, pass pawn. So this is bad. So he avoided this line. He avoided this. So here after the move, knight a4, e5. So he played knight into pawn. It is just continuously white only giving threats. This is an example that if you ignore the development, especially in Sicilian or any open game for that matter, any open game like King's Gambit is open game or some e4, e5, some lines. So in open game, you cannot remain underdeveloped. Problem है अभी क्वीन जाए तो कहाँ जाएगा check the only move now find out what should white to do now how white will play. Yesterday I saw some games of internet top players games. I liked it. I liked who is that young boy Ali Roja Firoja. Fantastic game. They are very good, so quick, so talented, and they are so much focused. Ali Raza Firoza, great player. Maybe someday he may become world champion also. Possible. Okay. So I want to ask you. Hello, welcome Adi Jain. How should White play here? Hmm. Hmm. Yes. Ali Raza Firoza Nakamura. Nakamura. Nakamura's guts I appreciate. With pieces, queen, everything hovering around king, he allows all that. Nakamura is also a crazy guy, totally crazy player. I did not see Magnus Carlsen game anyway. I'll check today. So here, white to play and win. How should white play? No, 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 no. Okay, your line queen is pinning the king, and the rook line is also watching. This rook is also watching the square. That means you need to open the line. आपको बस ओपन करना है, ओपन करना है. You need to react sharply, my friends. आपको ऐसा स्लो नहीं खेलना है. B3, BF4, they are slow move. The party finish. It is something like in a soccer game, goal post खाली है, मेरे पास बॉल है. Instead of making a goal, I will pass to another player. I have to make the goal. कोई नहीं है पोस्ट पे, गोल करे बगैर I will dribble and I will pass to a player. What is this? Make the goal. Ah, there comes Birabhadra Singh and Ramakrishna. There comes. Finish. अभी 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 you can win the queen. After you can win the queen, you can just attack. Anything is lost. Now, unstoppable. D7 is gone. And if you play other move like bishop here, then bishop into, now queen into. Simplest way. And then discover one piece extra. So, this sort of moves you should not allow. You cannot play b5 and get away. ये सब नहीं चलता है. अभी ये कर. I will tell you, if you are not playing aggressively, black will be very good. For example, now if you play instead of this move, let us say you play white plays a passive. Let us say अभी ये ओवल ये थ्रेड है, तो सपोज यू प्ले पैसिवली, अभी गेम का थ्रेड भी चला जाएगा, ये आएगा, अब कुछ नहीं चलेगा. Now you won't get anything. Now double attack. Now if you play here, now I will play knight. And black is better now. Now black is better. In the open tournaments in India, when my opponent are not good, strong, I used to apply this line. Now the idea, next move, I want to bring the rook here and thung. On C3 there is a thung. Eh? Now let us say you play rook. What you will do now? I will play rook. You have a problem in development of bishop. So this is problem. Let us say you play h3. Then I will play rook c4. Idea, my queen is coming here. Into this, now this position, queen is coming here. Now if you play bg5, I will play some queen move. So this, and if you play some b3, some moves are bad. So this you cannot waste time at a time like a3. ये ऐसा position में you cannot play a3. ऐसा move मत करो. Don't play this. From a bad position, black will turn out good. I have to see that game. Magnus Carlsen I have seen. Did the game Magnus? Can you tell me which move? I did not see the Carlsen game. Okay, so this is good. This is good. BF3, clear better. And if suddenly if you play A3, black is good. No, 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 no. Here, A3, black will be good. That is why bishop F3 plus minus. Plus minus. BB7 नहीं चलता है, rook आएगा. And don't play this mechanical move. Queen E2 with the idea. Now, rook is coming and threatening E5. ये तो गया. And I like the game. The reason is, after the move here, anyway, this is the crux of the position. Giving the pawn. Open the position. The position, if you do not play E5, black will get away. You will not be able to punish. Once it develops, black is fine. So you should immediately open before he organizes this and castle. And after that, kuch nahi milega. So now or never. Forced. You cannot play D5. I told you. B7 to B7 clear plus. I cannot go back from this to link that game. Okay, I will see the next game. So Kotanur is instructive game. Martinovic, Yugoslav Grandmaster. Not the best move. Not correct move. Here, better to play normal moves. I think this is the normal move. And if you play E3, then I will play NC6, I will play H6. So this is a standard move. So not a good move. Not good. Plus minus. Center, development, open line. All three quite better. Okay. This is a bad move. You should have played development. BB7. But instead now, white to play how to handle the position. How to handle such a position. You should have completed development. Early queen is bad. Somebody has to suggest me. Otherwise, I will only keep telling the moves. Somebody has to suggest me. What move would you do now? Right? Advantage. Center is good. Your rooks are coordinated. The queen is exposed. So how to exploit such a situation? Nobody is suggesting. Somebody. Okay, I will not wait. The rook move. Idea. Now I want to advance. The center over protecting the d4 point. It is also possible. It is also possible to this rook, but then this diagonal is not comfortable. I don't. White does not feel very. So it is better to move this rook away from. So correct rook. This is the correct rook. Okay. That is why players were not answering. They were not sure which rook to bring. So this is good move. Did I overwrite it? Bad move. C4, NE4 plus minus. The end game is bad. When you take the knight is under attack, no time for the pawn. Attack is coming now. Notice the time. Chess is a game of timing. After they move, you have to attack. Now knight e4 coming. You need to do something. Whatever you do, it is knight coming. It's a problem. Knight f6 check will come. So when you attack, then this is a timing. You cannot exchange the end game. Take nc6. Now I will replay that b7 is the pawn is immune. Taking this is terrible position. Okay, so you cannot come and take it because of b7 is there. Exchange चला गया. Now knight check is coming. After takes bishop into rook is trapped. Rook is trapped. The other moves like this. What I can do? How do I finish this game? I think this should be easiest way to finish. Now anyway bishop into come trap. So you cannot go anywhere. The queen has no room to go. Only move and it is lost. Position the king without queen also I will get a mating attack. The idea my rooks would come to h line. So f4 will come, rook f3 will come. Once again the mate threat. One rook should come here to give mate. Now the other rook should come. I want to give sack and the other rook should be ready. Idea he wants to move the bishop and then one more rook e3 will come. Now after bishop into bishop, rook e4 and unstoppable mate. Rook e4 and then rook check and bishop cannot move. Okay, you cannot do whatever you do, it is lost. What are you going to do now? What will you do? The position is hopeless. I don't think he can defend the attack. Just see if you can defend the attack. In case knight c4, I play rook. Returning rook check. And if we play this, g4, unstoppable. Maybe you can come here. Unstoppable attack. So, very beautifully played by Smyslov. I found the game. Okay. I cannot get the link now. I cannot. It's not possible to get the link here. Okay, going to the next game. Reswski, also a good game. Spanish Open is not bad. I recommend the players to play Spanish Open because you are getting active pieces. You don't have to give a pawn like Marshall Gambit, Royal Lopez. Black gives a pawn for active piece play, and it is very complicated. It is not that the theory says it is bad. Till today, it is standing that it is very difficult variation. White is better but not easy. In Spanish Open, you are not giving a pawn and getting active piece play. So I recommend players that you should analyze Spanish. Who are the players who have been greatly successful? I would say Victor Korchnoi. He played in the World Championship with Karpov many games. Viswanathan Anand played for almost one full year because Arthur Yusupo was playing Open Royal Spanish. He was an expert of Open Spanish, and he was second of Anand for maybe 1 or 2 years, 1 year. So during that period, Anand started playing Spanish Open quite a lot, and I think he gave it up after he lost to Kasparov in the PCA final 1995 World Championship PCA. Played, but that was the last he was playing. After that, he gave up. However, the Spanish Open is dangerous. You should not underestimate. White player should not underestimate this 94. For example, now this is the other rookie one is not good. It will not get any advantage. After b5, knight c5, everything is not good. So this is the best move. Now pawn into pawn. Knight into pawn means I take and c6. If you play knight into pawn, you will take and play pawn c6. So this is not a good idea. That means you have to take with the pawn. Now there are basically four type of lines white adopts. This is called the Laskar system, and this is called the Taras. ND2 is Taras, and here this is called Keras with the idea rook d1 and c4, which is not popular anymore nowadays. Rook d1, Keras, queen e2, and other line is b3. This is interesting line also. But in any case, black has piece play. So let us see this last step. So ND2. Now here this is a critical moment. I mean, if black wants, he can play knight into pawn, a unclear piece sacrifice. Yes, 1 minute, please. One minute. Uh-huh. So here this variation is very interesting line, and the authority of in this line is Arthur Yusupo. He has got a lot of brilliant wins in with black. The point is now the rook into now that this is in pin, and black wants to open the rook's line against the rook, so he will open up. Now this is bad move. If you play here, this is bad. I will give a check. Takes this is minus plus. Center and thread. Bad king. This is just terrible position. So you have to play pawn into now. So now f6 you have to play pawn into pawn. Now you take check and queen into the position. You have given some little rook and a pawn for two minor pieces. So Rook and a pawn for two minor pieces. That means black is down by 1 point. Black is down by 1 point, but very active piece play. So I played this black. One of my opponent as white played bad move, and I won very easily. This mechanical move is terrible move. After knight e4, I win one more pawn and attack. Now knight is coming. The queen check will come later. So this is the crushing position. So I will play knight e4, knight e5 with the crushing position. The correct move here, you can play a move like knight f1. This is the best move. Best move. In any case, after knight e4, black stands quite interesting positions. Then this is under danger now. So he is going to win one more pawn. Now b3 is not good. Okay. So anyway, I will discuss this Dilwart at some time, but please make a note of this line, Dilwart. So bishop here, you should worry about this one. Okay. Now in this game, what Rosowski plays f5. Now, why should you unpass? Your pawn is very much is controlling the center. I mean, cramping him. So why I should unpass and help him? Knight, forced knight. This variation is almost forced. You have to take it. No choice. Because I'm going to now push further. I'm going to kick it knight. So you have to take it. So a backward pawn and a vulnerable knight. I'm going to now attack and finish him. Then why does black play this? Black plays this for a initiative with the threat of f3. Generating play. Okay. Then queen, rook and bishop will attack. So the variation goes f3 and he dumps the knight. Dumping. Threat. So here white's defense lies now only move. See, if you try to play passively, jayega. Suppose you come here, queen will come. And now suppose you come here with the idea, queen check, king here and queen check, bishop here. This is a dream, but attack will follow. He will have a decisive attack. For example, I will play bishop here. And now if you play, now rook into pawn. Bishop into pawn will come, then rook into pawn will come. This is terrible. So you cannot play passive defense. You have to return the material. आपको अभी मटेरियल रिटर्न करना ही है सो बिफोर ही कम्स यू गेट रेडी idea now when you play queen h4 I'll return the material so now the whole idea if you play this I'm going to play queen into pawn check and take material pieces are equal and there is a weak pawn white stands better why because the color complex the position I will play bd2 with the idea rook c1 is coming into the weakness bishop is coming the main idea is this is the thorn. It is like a thorn in the neck. So this I will take it. Once this is gone, white is very strong. So we to avoid this. क्या override कर दिया क्या? ना ना ना. I have not made override. So rook. No no ये override किया है मैंने. ये किया. ये main line है. ये main line है. Check. अरे ये तो override हो गया. I'll have to go back again. Now queen d3, queen bishop f5. Three pieces for queen. Now already black is a piece down. Now he has given the knight. So queen h4, I can play queen check and get away. If you play queen h7 check and black, white is better. Take and bishop d2. So bishop f5. This is the main line in the variation. Three pieces for the queen. White will have three pieces. Mate thread. Now the whole point is black has a pass pawn. This is a pass pawn. One. Second, the queen is watching the square. So this is tied down. If white gets one tempo, this is decisive. In the grandmaster play, it has occurred, but it is not clear still that the last word in the variation, in the last word, whether white is better, whether black, I prefer white. I prefer white. This position occurred in grandmaster chess earlier. Some 7 8 games I saw. White stands better, but recently that who is that player? Michalewski won a game with black. Some not recently, maybe 15 20 years back. He won a beautiful game. So I would say now, for example, I will show you some games from this variation. Cheskowski versus Tal. Now, Tal said in his comment to the game, Tal said, I just remembered black has to keep pushing the pass pawn. So no other move. Practically, your rook must come, otherwise no other move. Now this is I think it is doubtful move. This is a doubtful move taking the pawn. So Tal said that you just keep pushing the pawn. This paralyzed. The rooks are paralyzed, and then the queen side also another pass pawn coming. So simply it is lost. And now pass pawns. So this game Tal won, but I am discussing wrestler's game. Now see this game. Bad move. This is a bad move. You should know. Modern theory says not to waste time. See, this was a game when it was played 1946. So black playing so slowly will not work. Let me take you Beliavsky and Boleslavsky, two players. Boleslavsky found this. He made a very good game against Ragozin. Now, two rooks and bishops are very active. Very slow. Black is very slow. White will start giving threats. Forced. You cannot play rook f8. Rook f8 loses to pawn check. And he got generate lot of play and won the game. However, I would say this is the most accurate game. How White played in the game. Please note, very important game. So you need to play BD2. No other move. Only move. This is the main thing. You take the pawn which is harming the king. And now the rook will enter and play f2. I think this is slow. Tal's idea is better. Anyway, threatening bishop e5. Now b5 is a threat. Forced. You can't play. If you play, then other rook is joining. So this is the intermediate. which was overlooked by Ornstein. The game is collapsing now. Over. Now the pawn is losing the thread of the game, and now attack is coming. Bishop check, one by one. Anyway, it is a bad position. So, what do you mean to say at this point? He played this is a bad move because of this, and white took the initiative. Black king became bad. However, this is not a last word. I will tell you. See, I have not analyzed this thoroughly, but I am only showing you that this can be dangerous. Either side. Let me show you the other side of the game. Queen e5, then bishop d2. Okay, I will show you some black game, black victories. This is the game I am talking. Practically, this is the only position that a player should analyze. One should not waste time with the c pawn taking. In the game, if this is played, Beliavsky's game will come. Rook e1, rook e7. Okay, if you play rook e7, in earlier game he allowed the move that queen f6 is good now. Now not rook d8. Now in the game he made a mistake because the queen is now overloaded and he won the game. Beliavsky won the game. So one should avoid this kind of error rook d8. Simply roller. Now this is a roller coaster है ये सब. ये आ रहा है फटाफट फटाफट. So you need to generate play. How will you generate? Only move. There is no other way to create threat. जीत जाएगा. अभी b5 नहीं चले. The position, I think, it is interesting here. Okay, I will go back to the game. Actual game क्या हुआ? ये जो है, हाँ, c5, रूक की b6 चेक दिया उसने. कौन? ये क्या नाम उसका? Thomas. Thomas gave this bad move check. Excellently played. Rook not possible, not coming because of the check. हो गया. Gone. So here's a variation. It needs to be tested. I want to wait someday. A player like Magnus Carlsen, Anis Giri, or so Wesley plays. Then we'll know the actual what is the last word in such games, such variation. Very sharp. However, it need to be tested. Okay. Now it's time that I can ask you. You can ask me any doubt you want. ये गेम ऊपर को दोपहर को करेंगे. कितना गेम रह गया मेरा? I will do it in the afternoon session and other thing. Now you can go to your doubts. Tell me, ask me any question you want to. Okay, please ask me anything, any doubt you have got. Go ahead and ask me. Welcome, Mayor Chaudhary. Ramakrishna, you play French. No, it is not like that. I used to think that I am not playing French. Why should I study? It is not that. I would say I don't play Slav defense either side. So why should I study? It is not. Your chess understanding must improve. So no, everybody is committed to certain things. Anand might have some commitment. Okay, never mind. Please now you it is your feel free to ask me any position you want. I'm waiting for your answer, waiting what you want to ask. No doubt. Where is Ramakrishna? He said about doubt. Where is he? What is your doubt, Ramakrishna? Okay. Today only I showed. Today only I showed the game that two rook and bishop giving mat. Okay, I'll show you one game. I'll show you one game. Mating attack without queen. You play e5. It's complicated theory. What unique? This is also there. But modern players don't play this variation. They play this. Now it will be a mating attack without the queens. Okay. So Okay, this position actually, Gligoric found all the analysis in his notes. He waited for 14 years. Okay, this was played in 1980. So Gligoric found all this analysis in 1976. But no black player played with him. He was waiting someday will somebody will play, but nobody played. And here it was given in Carpo Tal game, in a blitz game, not the classical game, rapid game. Knight into pawn loses a piece. Well, you cannot go discover attack. You cannot go to d7. This is king c6. So now, how to launch a mating attack without queen? Yes, I showed this, but now you are asking me a mating attack without queen. I saw the Smyslov Martinovich game today. But find out what will Virabhadra only tell, because I have discussed. Now you have to recall the moves. You remember and find out how should white attack. How should white attack? Tell me, Virabhadra. Ramakrishna says C4. Let Virabhadra tell, because he has seen the game. I want to check whether he remembers. Good move. Now open further. Now king takes pawn is bad. You will subject to a mating attack. Now this is bad. Because the two rooks are there, he will be squeezed to death. After the move check, he will be having a terrible position. Okay. Now again he will come. Now I will give a check again. Now that whole thing is cut off. The rook will come. There is problem. There is problem will come. So it is not a good idea. He will get netted. That's why he can't take the pawn. Still cannot take the pawn. What should white do now? A critical moment. A critical moment. What would you do? I will show one more game after this. But find out. Virabhadra, you tell me now how, if you remember how white should play. Semislav is very strong, very good. But first, let us discuss this position. Semislav is very good. All world champion like Kramnik, Kasparov, Anand, everybody plays Semislav. So what about this position? How you win? One more game with without queen emitting attack also. Nobody is answering. Please tell me what should white do? How should white win? First move is forced. Now there is a threat he is giving. You exchange, the endgame is lost. After you play rook into rook, bishop takes check, and bishop f6, the position is very bad. Completely lost ending. Mating attack. You cannot go there. You cannot go to this line. This simply loses rook. Rook coming to A2 mate. So the only move. He resigns here. He resigns because after this move, he will lose heavy material or get mate. I think this will win. This will win also. Rook C1 win also. So attack without queen. I will show one more game without attack, without queen attack. One more game. White was black was Smyslov. King's Indian defense, Smyslov. Okay. Okay, maybe I will go other way. What did I do? Smyslov black playing and winning three pieces against queen. I guess this is the one. This is the one. So, so black has won some, white has won material, but bad king set position. This is the one. He gives the queen and mating attack without queen. Now you can see, now I'm going to take the piece, but why not collect a piece on the way? Check. Now, four pieces, three minor pieces, and the rook will attack the king. This is fantastic. The white king is in a bad shape. He cannot return to g2. He cannot no square. No back rank check. Total consolidation. Now I don't want to play. Now all supported. The knight is supporting. This is the only thing he can attack. No target. And now the rook will join the attack. Now rook will come to c8, c2. Finish. Cannot leave the back rank. The idea vacating the square for the bishop. Tempo. He resigned here. He resigned. One more game I will show you. One more game. Now after this move, this is mating attack. Mate unstoppable. One more beautiful game I'll show. According to Kasparov, this is the greatest ever chess combination of last century. Last 100 years in 19th century, this is the best combination of chess world. So, so black completes development. The position white is objectively white is little better. White is little better objectively. This is not correct move at the moment. Okay, let us skip the opening discussion because my topic is to show the attack without queens. A tempo idea, you want to exchange the bishop. Now the pressure. If you exchange the bishop, the queen reaching h3, knight g4 will come. So I don't need to worry about the pawn. So he plays bishop. Now Reti was the ringleader of the players. No draw business. He says no draw, fight. So repeat. No, I don't want to exchange the bishop. Again, now again repeat. So it is now white to decide. That means if you play bishop g2, black will decide to repeat third time or play for a win. If you go back, now it is to the black whether to draw the game or play for a win. So white decided no, he played now bishop. No draw. Here he plays good move, attack. Why black plus plays for attack. I think this is not a good move. At the moment, probably it is still time to centralize the pieces. Rook c1, rook e1. I would say this is more logical. So, not a good move, not a good move. Now he's insisting b5. The moment it comes, the queen is watching this point. That means a possible hand. This is now a possibility. You should not overrule it. ये आ जाएगा अभी ये आ जाएगा. Now let me tell you. Now you want to attack, but all the pieces must attack. For example, if you come here, this rook is not in action. You want to attack, then he will take queen check. This he will defend. So better to open the line when the rook is also will do. Now after pawn into pawn, pawn into pawn. Now this rook is also in action, ready in the line. So now the attack will work because all the pieces in this diagram, it is a bad move. It is a bad move to rook e3. So now this rook is good. Enter. Further opening. No, I will tell you, Alekhine has seen till the end of the combination. These are some straight lines. They are not branches. So it is easy to calculate when there are series of force moves. One straight line. So you have to take now. You have to move. There is no other move. Other moves are bad. So only queen you have to attack. Then you have to defend. So there is a tempo on the move. So according to Alekhine, he had analyzed and this position is a forced win. Check. Knight g3 check is there. If you play kf1, knight g3 is winning. So if you play kf1, knight g3 check, and now bishop into, and then I got material. This is that g pawn will fall. So this is just bad. So you cannot play king f1. You have to play king h2. Now attacking. Now if you play pawn into e3, BF3 and ND2, white black pattern. Knight into H1 threat. Now the vacating the square for G4. Forced, rather forced. Discover check. You come up, no, it will get mated. ऊपर आएगा तो मेट हो जाए, मेट हो जाए. So you are forced. Beautiful. I think Alekhine calculated up to this, and it is end of the game. You have to play only move. You play bishop into one piece down. You will be piece down after BF3. Only move. Don't walk into this check. Only move. Now whatever do. नीचे गया तो नीचे बैक रैंक चेक में. इधर गया तो बैक रैंक. Force, take. So Kasparov branded it is the best combination of the century. I think it is one of the best combination because say, and these are forced moves. The point is, it is all series of forced moves. No choice, no choice, no choice. And it is important he opened the A file. All this works when the rook is ready. Such a combination, I think Capablanca or Alekhine did with Marshall. Rook E3 coming. I don't remember that. Same type of thing. Rook E3 entered. Okay. So okay, friends, in the afternoon session, I will discuss remaining three games of Smyslov and play better than world champion. Last I say yesterday, कौन सा रह गया था बोटविनी का थोड़ा और today I will show some play like Smyslov, play better than Smyslov. So see you at 2:30. तब तक सबको मेरा नमस्कार. Take care. Bye. Kasparov's book on my predecessors is fantastic books. It will help you. It will help you. But I would say evolution of 70s is better. So any book by Kasparov is great. Veerabhadra Singh, this kind of problem you solve studies. The only solution you solve lot of studies. Then you can find it very easy. You will be at home. Solve studies. I think Kasparov's books are good. Evolution of 70s. Fantastic. Okay. Take care. Bye.